Hey guys, coming at you today with a super simple keto dessert recipe done two ways. Super low in carbs, keto chocolate pudding. So let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. My name's Alicia and I'm a sous chef with a sweet tooth. And here we make delicious desserts, many from my time as a pastry chef, and my goal is to make the best keto desserts possible. If you enjoy this content, please hit the subscribe button down there. I'm coming at you every Saturday with a new keto dessert. Today, pudding! And I have two ways to do this. And of course, if you know the Jell-O pudding, cook and serve, and instant, you know that cook and serve is always the way to go. But in a pinch, I got an instant keto chocolate pudding recipe. The cook and serve, oh my god, it is so good just eating it out of the bowl. It gets the skin on top. Raise your hand if you're a pudding skin lover. I love it. And these guys, for a half cup serving, are only 2 grams of net carbs. So let's get started on this because I'm excited to have some more pudding in my fridge. I already weighed out my ingredients for my cook and serve chocolate pudding. And I don't actually weigh my ingredients, but I wanted you to have a measurement so you can triple this dry ingredient mixture and you can weigh out just a portion of it and make a 2-cup batch at a time. You need 3.5 ounces of your mixture, 2 cups of almond milk or coconut milk or oat milk, whatever you're using, and then you can make a whole batch of this. And you can have it in your pantry to just grab out 3.5 ounces or 100 grams, and you can make a batch of pudding. Now, the trick to this, the reason it is so low in carbs is because we're using the alternative milk. But to make it creamy still, I used 2 tablespoons of heavy cream powder in our mix. So that is what makes it still silky smooth, even though we're getting no carbs or very low carbs from our nut milk choice. I'm gonna put that into the pot. It's just like regular cook and serve pudding. I chose to use Arrowroot Powder in this recipe, and I looked up the benefits of why cornstarch isn't as good as an arrowroot starch or powder. It's more nutrient dense than cornstarch. So you can use cornstarch in this recipe. You have to use half as much of cornstarch to the arrowroot. Like I said, this Ghirardelli cocoa powder is 0 net carbs. So none from that, and then 2 from the heavy cream powder because we're using 2 tablespoons. But that is way better than using a whole cup of heavy cream that is 6 grams of net carbs. I know on the back of the container it says 0, but a whole cup of heavy cream has about 6 grams of net carbs in it. So keep that in mind when you're using your heavy cream willy-nilly. And then the only other thing to also cut down on carbs is a little bit of gelatin. So I have 1.5 tablespoons of water and a teaspoon of gelatin. We're just gonna bloom the gelatin in that water. Make sure it's all saturated. And then I'm gonna heat everything until it starts to bubble. And then when it's still on the heat, we're gonna add our gelatin. So all you do is your 2 cups of nut milk, add in your powder mixture. Just start by whisking your ingredients and turning this on a medium-low heat. But you're just gonna whisk this until everything comes together, and then you're going to switch to a spatula. Once it's all combined, switch to a rubber spatula, silicone, whatever you like. I do have links down below for Amazon where I get my silicone spatulas. I do love this set that I got because I really was in need of some heat-proof, non-melty spatulas because all mine seem to melt no matter what I grabbed. So this is gonna make 5 half-cup portions. So I have all my bowls ready because you are going to need to get this right in 2 bowls as soon as it is done thickening. Oh, and I do weigh out my portions too, so I need the scale for that. This does have quite a bit of powdered sweetener in it. Because we don't use the milk, you don't have the extra sweetness, but the sweetness level is completely up to you. You can use however much sweetener you want. I'd say give it a taste at this point if you don't want to add all the 1/3 of a cup. Add a 1/4 cup, start there and taste it and see if you want any more in there. Just make sure you sift your powdered sweeteners because they are very clumpy. I always hated making cook and serve, but man, does it taste delicious. already starting to get thick. Okay, you're starting to bubble around the edges. Turn off your heat. Add in your gelatin puck and stir until it's all dissolved. Oh, and I don't have my pot holder. Have everything set up at night and then my boyfriend moves things. Okay, and all the gelatin is going. It's 4 per, so fill this whole cup. We got a little bit extra. It starts to form the skin right away. Yay! These are going into the fridge, and we're getting on to our no-cook version, which is gonna be used in a future recipe because it's gonna be great to fill some cake. Forgot to mention also, that batch of pudding is only 250 calories for the entire batch. But this one now is a little bit higher in calories, a little bit higher in fat, because this needs a little bit of help. Just like the instant version of Jell-O isn't that great, and it's always better if you use heavy cream or like a whole milk instead of just like a 2% or skim milk. I'm doing a cup of heavy cream with a cup of alternative milk. So that adds a nice rich creaminess to it. But the only thing we're doing here is we're measuring out all our dry ingredients. We're heating up our milk to dissolve our gelatin and whisking it all together. Let's get started on that. These are pretty much the same measurements as the last version, except we do not need the heavy cream powder. So this is only 9 grams of net carbs for the whole batch. Same as the last one, 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, 1/3 of a cup of sweetener. I'm only gonna do about 3/4 of a teaspoon. I did a teaspoon last night, and because we added the heavy cream, my fridge is full of pudding right now because I've done so many tests. But the last one I did with the heavy cream, it was a little bit thicker than it needed to be. So I'm cutting down the xanthan gum by 1/4 teaspoon. And I'm measuring this out for you too, so that if you want to have this instant version in your pantry, you can have that. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. They're only about 3 ounces. And then another thing to help this is we're just gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract. That gives it a little bit better flavor. Same amount of gelatin. It's getting bloomed in the same amount of water. I found the cream milk mixture has to microwave for about 5 minutes to get to the right temperature. You want it up around 160 to make sure everything gets dissolved nicely. I did it without doing that and just put the gelatin right in it, but it doesn't dissolve our ingredients as good. Still faster than the cooked version. Whisk your dry ingredients together, and I just have one big bowl because literally all my bowls are filled with pudding. I don't have 4 small bowls left to put pudding into. You can do about 160. You don't want it boiling, just hot. Stir in your gelatin and your vanilla. Put your vanilla in whenever you'd like. Last time I put it in right while I was heating it up. Just want to make sure all your gelatin is dissolved. Then just pour in and whisk. I like to beat it pretty good. Get all the lumps out. Make sure you're scraping the bottom of the bowl. You can use other thickeners. I have done a lot of research. Agar-agar and guar gum are 2 that can be replaced that thicken without boiling. And I might experiment with guar gum in the future. I'd like to experiment and see how the texture is on those guys. See, we got no more lumps left. We're getting thicker. It's just like instant pudding. It's like the longer you whisk it, the thicker it gets. And then you're like, oh crap, gotta get it into the bowls before it sets up. Same thing. So have a spatula ready. All in your bowl or into your 5 bowls. This makes the exact same portion. A little bit less carbs, but not by much. It does have like 800 calories in this whole bowl though. So this one you got to eat sparingly, or if you want to get some extra fat in, it has way more fat at 84 grams for the whole batch. We're gonna put this into the refrigerator. We'll be back to try some of these guys. Okay, my puddings are almost set, but I wanted to go over something. The reason I wanted to make these recipes, sugar-free pudding, I actually bought a pack once and I'm like, oh, I can't even use this because it has like modified cornstarch and maltodextrin and a bunch of other weird ingredients. And then I got this pack of chocolate pudding in a keto crate, and And I was gonna use this for the recipe I have in mind for later, but this is still 4 grams of net carbs for a quarter of this. So the whole batch is 16, and it makes, if you use 2 cups of milk, I'm guessing that's what the carb is. They don't have an alternative carb count for if you use almond or soy or coconut milk. So it might be less carbs if you use the alternative milks, but you get less because it says to only use 1.25 cups of an alternative milk. So it's a lot less pudding for more carbs. And it also has potato starch, so if you're trying to avoid potato, rice, corn, and then emulsifiers, which I guess could be just about anything, and natural flavors. So I just wanted to do a simple, quick recipe that was just as quick as some of these guys, which is why I did the no cook version. And the cooked version still only took like 5 minutes to make. But we gotta make some decorations for on top of our pudding cups because you gotta make the thumbnail look pretty, right? But I just have some whipped cream from last night that I made. I'm gonna make a little bit more, so I added some more heavy cream. And I just used my vanilla stevia. This stuff is really thick. It doesn't like drop out. You don't need a lot of it. It is really concentrated. Okay, you want it nice and pillowy. It's not gonna run out of the container on you. Gotta make sure it's sweet enough. It's good and vanilla-y. I'm gonna decorate the ones that I made today, but they're not quite set. So I'm probably gonna try one from yesterday. Exact same recipe that turned out amazing, and I ate 2 of them yesterday. Grab the pudding cups out. Okay, so this is my one from last night. As you can see, it is completely set up. These guys have a little while to go. But we are going to decorate them, make them look pretty. Little guy in the middle. Get that pudding skin. I love the pudding skin. Like the Seinfeld episode where they sell just the pudding skins. I'd buy them. See, these guys are totally set. I'm gonna shave a little bit of chocolate on top. Look pretty. The whipped cream's just suspended on the top because it's not solid all the way through. Need to dig in. It is silky, smooth, and creamy, and with almond milk. That is so good. It keeps its shape, but it's not like super gelatiny. It's gonna be hard not to eat all this. I haven't eaten anything today. It is chocolatey, sweet, creamy deliciousness. So good. Now let's see if my no-cook pudding is set. Yeah, it's still kind of warm on the bottom. I should have put just a little bit into like a small bowl. I'm gonna try a little bit off the top here. This one got pudding skin too. This one holds its shape really well. You see? Still super creamy, chocolatey, delicious. But this one will definitely hold up in a pie or in a cake. Whip in some cream cheese, fold in some whipped cream. It is the exact same as if you would buy the pudding mix, cook versus instant, but they are both delicious. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe and try it for yourself. Super easy, simple snack to put together. Don't forget to check out in the description box all my Amazon links for anything that I used in my videos and for my recipe links to make this delicious chocolate pudding. If you enjoy, please subscribe, and as always, I'll be back with many more keto dessert recipes. Bye guys!